Welcome to the podcast, Young in Love.
Hello guys, I welcome you to episode 7 of Young in Love. But before we go into the discussion for today, I'd like for you to listen to this. Ladies, discard those good-for-nothing spongy and spiky hairs because there's a proven hair merchant in town and it's called SMK Hair. With SMK Hair, you get 100 virgin hairs such as weaves, closures, and frontals, and all hairs are supplied directly from the manufacturers. Are you also thinking of starting a hair business and not sure how to go about it? Think no further. SMK Hair also offers wholesale deals and packages that you are guaranteed to profit from. To place your order or for inquiries, call 0813-203-9936, 0813-203-9936, or send a message via WhatsApp. You can also contact them through their social media handles, Instagram and Facebook at SMKAY Hair. SMK Hair also does nationwide delivery. The gentlemen surprise your woman with quality silky hair she'll always love you for. Remember, a good hair is good investment.
Welcome back.
So on today's episode, we're going to be discussing married men and their side chicks. You know, it's trending now that wives are starting to get fed up of their husbands, and we've heard lots of stabbing news and stabbing reports and pouring acid and all of those. So today, we are going to hear from a married man's perspective. So today we have Mr. Joseph. Say hi.
Hi,
Okay, you're happy to be here, right?
I'm very glad to be here.
Okay, we are going to delve into the topic of today. First, I want to ask you, as a married man now, if you were to have a side chick, what would be your reason?
There are a lot of reasons, but I would like to pick few. One of the reasons is when I got married, what I saw in my wife might not be what I'm seeing right now. For instance, she might look pretty, makeups, but maybe because she has put to bed like having 2-3 kids, those things are not there any longer. So I need to look outside.
So you mean that you need to have a side chick because your wife has undergone changes?
Yes, actually from the world perspective. I'm talking from the world perspective, not from the religious aspect.
Okay, not from a faith-based perspective.
Exactly.
Okay, so but what other reason would a man have to have a side chick?
Another reason is this. When you're looking at your wife, definitely no matter how beautiful it is, by the time you stay a day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 years, before you know it, you get fed up. You get used to her. So there is need to look outside at least.
There's need.
Yes, some guys will tell you
Wow.
there is need to change soup. All soup are not the same. Egusi soup is different from okra soup. So there is need to change soup.
But don't you think that the same way your wife is undergoing changes, that's the same way you are undergoing changes?
Obviously, some wives might not really know how to satisfy their husband on bed, but they might just, as fate might have it, accept them as wives. And when they discover that there's something they are not doing well outside, then they will click to the ones they have outside.
So in addition now, because you've talked about sex, so are you saying that sex is another reason married men, look outside?
Exactly.
But is the pleasure not the same? I mean, it's one pum pum, it's the same.
The pleasure is not the same. The satisfaction is not the
How
same.
so? Please educate me.
I had an experience, when I was in Cote d'Ivoire. Some years back, I had an experience whereby I was able to test different girls from different countries. And from there, I discovered that Liberian girls know how to satisfy guys very well.
They know how to punch.
Yes, they know how to do it very well. Liberian girls and the Francophone girls, honestly, some of them, they will catch you up while you are up. They will not allow you to come down. They will catch you up. While Nigerian girls, they know how to form, but on bed, they are not really too good on bed.
You're saying Nigerian girls know how to form. How many Nigerian girls have you met?
Actually, I've had several. When I was in the world, I was able to play life. Yes, I played life, of course.
Okay, so you're no longer in the world.
No, I've
Thank you,
repented.
Jesus, for the salvation of your soul. So I'm learning something new today, Francophone girls, Liberian and the rest of them, they know how to They have action.
They have action.
Gentlemen.
They will not let you to calm down. They will catch you up. No matter how strong you are, you must release before the time.
Oh, jeez. Wonderful. So, gentlemen, I hope you're listening just in case. I mean, I'm trying to help you guys, So if you know that when you get married, sex will be a reason for you to look out, then you might want to start considering marrying a francophone speaking lady.
Yeah, honestly.
And he mentioned Liberia specifically, so you want to you want to consider that. So, Mr. Joseph, tell me, do you have any other reason why guys want to look out?
Yes, one of the reasons again why guys need to look out outside their wives is sometimes their wives may not know how to cook very well. Maybe when you are dating, you might discover that there are some girls who know how to prepare dishes very well, and you get married.
But wait, I'm sorry to cut you short. You said you're no longer in the world.
Yes.
So you're a what now? Christian, Muslim?
Christian.
You're a Christian. But the Bible says, man shall not live by bread alone. So what's it with this cooking stuff?
Well, everybody might not be me. I'm talking from my own background. Mm-hmm. So when I was in the world, these are the things I consider that made me to look outside.
Cooking?
Yes.
Is it not risky to eat food from your side chick?
It's not risky because they want to come inside to test what the one inside is really having. So they have to do it very well, perfectly well, in order for you to bring them inside.
But I hear a lot of married men say that, the ones with side chicks, they say they don't dare eat from the kitchen of their side chicks because, the hearts of women and men, generally, is deceitful and desperately wicked. So I think it's risky. So if you want to punch, just punch and go and eat your wife's food. But to start eating from your side chick, so then they take carry person husband. Be mindful. Do you have any other reason?
Actually, there are good girls out there.
Besides your wife?
Yes, there are good girls out there who might not really be diabolic in nature. Though they are looking for husband or whatever, but they are not diabolic. So there is no need to suspect them when such things arise. There are good ladies out there. But personally, I am not into that any longer.
Praise Jesus!
But while I was there, I experienced a lot of things.
Okay.
I experienced a lot of things. Like a married man. Another reason why you need to, or not you need to, another reason why we are tempted to look outside, mainly is that sex issue.
Okay.
Before you get married, you might have experienced a lot of, maybe had a contact with some girls, and you know how some perform. And when you married to a girl, maybe let's say a virgin who has never experienced it before, and maybe while making love, you are trying to teach her this is how to do it, this is your position and all that. And if she's not responding, you get weak and tired.
Boy, small now. These lessons you teach them small.
Yes, it's small.
Maybe somebody taught you to.
Yes, body no be firewood.
You be patient now, Mr. Joe. Anyways, that brings me to another question. Why do you think that some ladies are attracted to married men?
Okay, one of the reasons is disease and sickness. Because they believe as a married man, you wouldn't have any disease. You will not harbor any sickness.
But how do they know that though? Because this married man might be punching them and punching someone else as well. Plus their wife on top. So what's the guarantee?
The guarantee is that since as a family you are seeing the wife, seeing the kids, since they are not dead, the wife must be clean. Because you cannot contract sickness outside and share it with the wife. So 80%, from my own experience, 80% of the men are okay when it comes to that. That's one of the reasons why young girls like to date them.
Wow. This is a new one. This is a new one. So you're saying ladies are attracted to married men because they have some sort of assurance.
Yes.
That they are not going to be contracting one or two STDs and all that.
Exactly.
Okay, what other reason do you think ladies are attracted to?
Is finance. They know that
money, ego,
money. So they know as a married man, in as much as you're able to take care of your family, you can as well take care of them. And you won't be stingy, and you wouldn't be able to look at them to know what they are doing. You won't put eye for them. So you can date a married man and as well have your own boyfriend outside.
Hell!
In other words, they will not monitor you.
Okay, so that's your second reason why you think ladies are attracted to.
Exactly.
Any other reason?
Okay. Another reason is your wife might be fat and she might not look presentable when you want to take her outside for a club or party or whatever. Maybe end of year party. So you need to have a side chick that can represent you alongside.
Okay, so in essence, you're saying that these ladies like that social connectedness that being with a married man gives them.
Yes.
So for the married men, rather than take their out of shape wives for functions and they take them,
Yes, exactly.
Okay. What do you have to say about ladies who say they are just attracted to married men? They are not attracted to, but if you're single, nothing for you. They just want married men. What do you have to say about that?
Some of them are not just ordinary. Some might be a reason, maybe some of them are under a curse. Because maybe when somebody sleeps with a married man and the wives happen to get to know about it, they might lay a curse on them. This is how your life will be, so you have to continue. So some of them are just like that, and they cannot sleep, they cannot date a single person. All their life is just married men, all true.
I know that I've heard a lot of people say that one of the reasons, single ladies now, one of the reasons they are attracted to married men is because the married men know how to care. They show a lot of care and concern. They know how to love and all of that. So, yeah, I think that is another reason why ladies would be attracted to married men.
Yes, you are right. That is one of the reasons also. They know how to care. You can see a married man, just like I had last week, a married man who doesn't have a generator set, was using just past my neighbor, bought 4,500 kgV to a girlfriend, ordinary girlfriend, whereas they doesn't have in the house.
I think, in my opinion, I'm sorry, that's just stupid. That is because I think your family is your first priority. In this kind of a relationship, who do you think is to blame? Is it the married man or the obliging side chick, the lady who knows that this man is married and still goes ahead to date him?
Yes, both parties are to blame.
How so?
Well, as a man, you're married, you need to be contented with your wife. You need to be contented with your wife, irrespective of what. You need to be contented with your wife. As a single lady, you need to wait on the Lord. The Lord will give you your own husband.
You need to wait on the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so in essence, you're saying the both of them are to blame.
Exactly.
But in my opinion, I think that there's no smoke without fire. Because if these married men are not chasing, the girls will be there. In fact, these days, some ladies use jazz. There are all sorts of vendors on Instagram, on Facebook, selling all sorts of things, to get the man, to get the money from the man, to make him do things for you and all of that. So, but if these men are not chasing, if they are covered with the blood, these things will not even work on them. Right?
Yes, honestly, I know. I'm aware. And river does not swallow whoever it doesn't see the leg. So the men make themselves available to
exactly.
be
so don't you think now the men are to blame? The married men.
I still believe that both of them are to be blamed. I still maintain my stand that both of them are to be blamed. Because if a married man is chasing you as a single lady, you have all it takes to resist it too. On the contrary, if a single lady is chasing you as a married man, you have all it takes also to resist.
So, but why do you think there's a blame culture in Nigeria? There's this blame culture against the side chicks, the single ladies. Why is it that in cases like this, they're never really talking about the adulterous husband? It's always the side chick. Why do you think that blame culture exists in Nigeria?
Actually, sorry to expand it more. It's not really in Nigeria alone. Even in the scripture, in the Bible, the woman caught with the adultery, she was not committing adultery alone. There was a man in question, but the man never captured. They didn't capture the man. It was only the woman. And they say, woman, this and that. So at the end of the day, it was only the woman. So it's not just in Nigeria, it has been. And it runs in our DNA.
How? It runs in your DNA?
Yes.
I'm sure many people would disagree on that. I don't think it runs.
No, I mean the blame. That's what I mean.
Okay. So that blame culture is in the DNA.
Yes.
But I think that this should serve as some sort of enlightenment because it takes two to tango. For the married women, stop always, shifting that blind. I am aware that there are single ladies who actively pursue married men. But you need to look within too. For the married women now, because, recently we've seen the news and the reports of ladies stabbing their husbands, which I think is a shift because before it used to be about the side chicks. They will go embarrass the side chick, pour acid on her, embarrass her, and all of that. But now, I think the women are starting to look within. So, Mr. Joe and to all his colleagues listening, you guys might want to be really, really careful. So, Mr. Joe, I want to thank you so much for being on today's episode. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to just do a quick summary. I'm going to wrap up. I'd like to reiterate that there's no smoke without fire. Because growing up, it's always about the side chick. Oh, this girl, she does married men. Oh, this, oh, that. But really, if the husbands decide to stick with their wives, I think that the side chick industry is very likely to crumble. Now, for the ladies who say they're attracted to married men, she is a lie, is a lie. Oh, he's caring. Oh, he's this. He's that. It is money. Have you ever seen a single lady attracted to a poor married man? Have you seen, all these side chicks now, classy babes up and down. I'm attracted to married men. Have you seen them being attracted? A married man can be handsome and everything, but because he doesn't have money, in fact, when he makes advances, it's disgusting. So married man, when a lady tells you, oh, I'm attracted to married men, blah, 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 check your pockets because your money is already going from that statement alone. I'm going to be talking to the single ladies now. Really, just stop. Don't chase after married men. Don't chase after married men. Do not chase after married men. Even if they come for you, we understand that there's no smoke without fire. They're the ones pursuing, they're the one. Don't do it. Don't chase after them. I have a question though, and I want you to answer in your mind. Will the cycle ever end? Because I've talked with some bachelors who say that these married men are stealing their babes. So by the time they, get married and they have plenty money, they are going to do same. So if we have unmarried men who are already cultivating that thought pattern, I don't think the culture of adultery, I don't think this whole married man side chick business will ever end. And lastly, I want to say that sometimes, now I'm talking to the married women, sometimes your enemy is not really a lady. Because these days we have homosexuals, we have them everywhere. So if you feel that your husband is doing something, you might want to look again. It might just be with another guy, and it makes it all the more unsuspecting. Again, now to the married women, listen, if you are fed up really, don't harm anybody. Stay away from violence. Don't stab your husband. Don't pour acid on your husband's side chick. We all know of Miriam Sanders' sentence to death simply because she stabbed her allegedly cheating husband. You don't want to be in Miriam's condition. You don't want to be in her situation. So I advise you to avoid violence. No matter what it is, stay away from violence. So it's your girl, Keziah Vilawa, and I want to thank you guys for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd like for you to subscribe. The podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Radio Public, Overcast, Pocket Cast. Feel free to choose your preferred listening platform. You can find us on Instagram at YoungInLove_podcast and on Facebook, Young in Love with Keziah, and on Twitter at YoungInLovePod. So till when next we meet, bye and be good.
Young in Love.